All right, so this is the project Bronco I started working on. Found out some things about it. Long story short, the original owner did an engine swap, except for this block is a 1991 and this truck is a 1996, which a couple of crucial things happened. They changed the spark timing on the 1991, on the 1996 to a 137, and on the 1991, depending on how you look at it, I go clockwise, so it is a 187 timing on the 1991 engine. So I ended up fixing the plug wires and it ran. But the other end of that story is the 91 was bank fire, which means, or batch fire for the injectors. So it would fire on this side, all four, and then the other side, all four. In 96, they swapped it to a sequential fire, which the injectors will fire on this timing. So although the spark I got it right and the engine ran, it was running rough. So what has to happen? Well, I had to swap out 4 of the cylinders on the fuel injection because the other option is to change the camshaft. But when you change the camshaft, there's more to it than just the cam. You got to change it because it's a roller cam in the old one, in the new one, and this one is a tappet cam. So a lot of little things have to change. This was just the easier way to do it. So if you see the blue connectors down there, focus, damn you. Anyways, those blue connectors is where the fuel injection wires are. And so I crisscrossed the cylinders to get the timing right. Now it's firing on the right timing, but it's still misfiring. So as you can tell, the whole top of the freaking motor is over here. That right there is another problem with it. You see that gunk? It's where the gasket was only about half of it was on there, but somebody had been in there before and put it back together in pieces. So it was never sealing. Same with the gasket for where the upper manifold meets the lower manifold, plenum, whatever you want to call it. So that was causing some air leaks. PCV valve is not connected, which would explain why there was just a ghost nipple on the intake manifold. That tube right there was not hooked up, and I imagine that has a lot to do with I don't know much about the vacuum pump on these trucks other than it forces air into the exhaust so it would pass emissions, which was the biggest bunch of bullshit I ever heard in my life. But it does have vacuum lines, and I'm sure it could affect how the engine runs. Don't know much about that. I'm a diesel mechanic. I'm going to replace this EGR tube because it is broken. I patched it, but I'd rather put a new one on there while the intake's off. So I put all new injectors, and a lot of people that I know were like, oh, just rebuild the old ones. I don't want to, didn't want to, wasn't gonna. These are the old ones, and they look like shit. So you can see that one doesn't look too bad. Let me find an ugly one. Oh, that one, nope. A few of these were actually broken, like that. Cracked off, broken. These filters in the top were packed to the freaking top with just junk. They were clogged up, which would explain why I could unplug 2 of the cylinders and I had no fire on those cylinders. So that one's pretty nasty looking too. A couple of them are really bad. Let's just pull them out. That one is cracked. One of them has a bad, yeah, that one's the one that's really cracked up. You can see the crack there at the tip. And some of these were just clogged endlessly and sooted over to the point they weren't spraying for a long time. So I've got the bezel out right now, just waiting on the new one. Got the wiring straight here. The back window works again. The regulator was bad and the switch was bad. And the ignition problem where I could turn the key and not get the engine to crank was this nifty thing up under here. Let me zoom it out. Right there, that white dude. That's the ignition switch. So the guy that sold to me said, oh no, I already changed that. And he did. He had a brand new one in there, except for it's Chinese and it wasn't right. So buy Motorcraft if you can, or something American made or reputable. So tomorrow I get to put all this crap back together, and hopefully it'll run decent. I'm going to upload to the shorts section and show you guys how it was running before. It was not good. So, and then I'm going to replace the mass airflow, throttle position, DPFE, and I think that does it for now. But yeah, I'll check back in tomorrow once I get it put all together. Hopefully everything goes well. Wish me luck, guys. Like and subscribe.